Welcome back to Addiction TV, YouTube. You guys know me, big horror fan, and I absolutely love listening to horror stories. I really do. And today I want to talk about a special channel that I really like on YouTube called Mr. Nightmare. And it's a shit ton of horror stories. And they're really good too. You know, supposedly they're true stories, but the way this guy delivers the stories when he's reading them is great. Sometimes he has like little sound effects in there for certain things he says. The graphic design for the videos is great. The way he has things pop up in the back are great. But I really like the channel Mr. Nightmare. And as creepy as this might sound, me and my girl, we listen to his stories every single night when we're going to bed. It's almost like a creepy parent reading you a story, you know what I mean? So that's how I go to bed at night, is get on YouTube on the PlayStation, turn on some Mr. Nightmare, and I'll lay there and listen for quite a while before I fall asleep, man. Like, he's got some good horror stories, some Snapchat horror stories, Instagram horror stories, Uber horror stories, random horror stories, and I really fucking enjoy them, dude. Like, I like them a lot. Y'all really need to check out this channel, bro. Like, I remember when I discovered this channel, it was the middle of the night. I was just chilling outside on the porch. All of a sudden, I seen something in videos recommended for you, and it said hitchhiking horror stories. So I decided to click on it, like, wonder what this is. I let it play through, and by the end, I was like, damn, that was pretty damn good. That was a good... It had 3 stories in it. I'm like, damn, those 3 stories, they were all creepy. True or not, the way this dude tells the stories are very entertaining. And very creepy at the same time. Some got some funny shit in them, some don't. Some can be very intense. You know, some of the people, if these are true stories, some of them are disturbing. But they're still, it's done really well. So shout out to Mr. Nightmare, bro. Keep doing what you doing, bro. I don't know if you ever see this video, don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing. I love your stories. There's a couple other channels too out there though that tell really good stories, but today we're talking about Mr. Nightmare. I'll make a separate video talking about all the ones I really like, but Mr. Nightmare is definitely my favorite. He's my girl's favorite. I've showed a lot of people who Mr. Nightmare is, and you guys should definitely check him out, man. And I really want to do a ranking of the Mr. Nightmare stories from my least favorite to my favorite, but man, that's a lot of videos right there, man. That's a lot. Maybe if I took a certain type of story, that'd be the easiest way to go about it. You know, if I took Mr. Nightmare's Instagram horror stories ranked, you know, something like that. Not all the videos, because that would be hard to do. You know, and also considering the fact each video contains more than one story. You know what I mean? But I do recall this one story that the first story I heard, it pulled me in, man. Like I said, it was the Hitchhiker's horror stories. And there was this girl who picked up a hitchhiker. And she even treated him to dinner. You know, she treated him to dinner, took him where he needed to go, and he asked for her contact information so he could, you know, return the favor. Well, he calls her and he tells her you should not ever pick up another hitchhiker because he planned on murdering and raping her, and he couldn't bring himself to do it because of the way she treated him. And I'm like, damn, that story was intense. Then it goes into another story about a teenage dude walking home drunk from a party, hitchhiking. Hitchhiker picks him up, he passes out in the driver picks him up, he passes out in the driver's car because he's so drunk. He wakes up nowhere near where he lives, and man, the shit was intense, bro. I really like the hitchhiker story. The roommate stories are pretty good. Like I said, I think some of my favorites are the Snapchat horror stories. I mean, they're fucking creepy, dude. Creepy as hell. So be sure to definitely check out Mr. Nightmare. You can... I know there's a lot of people that don't like sitting and listening to something, but dude, I'm telling you, it's worth the listen, and it's entertaining. And then, you know, for some people who like to just sit back and watch, there are a few of his stories that are animated, that have animation in it by Llama Arts. And if you don't want to sit back and listen, you can check out those few videos. I personally don't mind to just sit back and listen, especially if I'm trying to go to sleep. You know, I don't need to be sitting there, watch the story be acted out. I just want to listen, you know. And some of these stories, you know, they have like sounds in the background, like a fire crackling, like you're camping and listening to the story, you know. So it's worth it. But let me know in the comments, have you guys ever checked out Mr. Nightmare? Do you like Mr. Nightmare? Please tell me you will give the stories a chance. Really give them a chance. I'm telling you, you're a horror fan and you like hearing horror stories, you will definitely enjoy Mr. Nightmare's channel. Let me know in the comments. I will link his channel below. I will link some of my favorite videos. Till next time, guys, coming at you from Addiction TV.